Hey, what's up guys? So we are going to be going over a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards you should pick up because they'll be a good investment, and a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that you should get rid of because they'll be a bad investment because they'll probably be decreasing in value in the long term of holding on to them. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into it. And I do want to say, take these with a grain of salt because there are always rarity bumps, there are always, surprise reprints, which can determine if a player wants to play a deck or not, because if everything is secret rare, more than likely a player will be kind of discouraged to actually build that deck. But let's go ahead and jump right into it with Lightsworn. So we do know that there is going to be this Lightsworn, OCG box. I'm not sure in the TCG if we'll be getting a Lightsworn structure deck or how it's going to be, but basically it's a box that comes with some special pack and, basically a Lightsworn structure deck, a mat, and some Lightsworn sleeves and like some carrying box. But this comes out on November 23rd for OCG, so that means in Japan that is when they get it, so we'll be getting it probably shortly after. We still don't know the effect of the Synchro Monster yet, because that can definitely determine how many players want to play the deck if the Synchro Monster has some insanely good effect. I assume it has to be something decent because, they wouldn't put it on the front page, but the writing card is definitely good. So high rarity Lightsworn stuff is always good to invest into. Secret rare Judgment Dragons, ultimate rare Judgment Dragons, super Luminas, Gyaraths, all that other good stuff, Ultra Lilas, those would be good investments to pick up because Lightsworn will top, guys, I guarantee. If this is a structure deck or basically something easy to obtain, a lot of players will be interested in playing the deck. It's always been popular, and Judgment Dragon still has an insane effect, and you can always get sacked by Lightsworn. There are always times where you will lose to it, and like I said, the deck will top simply because so many players will actually be interested in just playing the deck. Next up, we have Chameleon. Now this card isn't too expensive now, but I can definitely see it going up in price simply because we have Archfiends coming out, which a lot of players might be interested in playing because it's a cheap deck to build, and this card is probably one of the best cards in that making a jeweled Red Dragon Archfiend is insane for one card, and I think that this card has some potential in the future. If a deck gets really good that has monsters with 0 defense, you can definitely make use of Chameleon. I mean, it's a one card synchro monster that doesn't have any really harsh restrictions, like you can't not enter your battle phase or something like that. It does have a restriction you can't special summon any other monsters except for monsters from the extra deck, but obviously going for Crimson Blader at certain times can make a difference. And Jeweled Red Dragon Archfiend is an insane card. But next up we have the Bujins. Now Mikazuchi is coming out in Shadow Specters, which is the next set, and Yamato has dropped down in price quite a bit since the last time I talked about this card. Last time I told you guys that it was kind of overhyped and overpriced, and guess what? The price dropped. And so now if you're actually interested in building Bujins, now might be a good time to actually invest into it, because the deck is not bad at all, and it is only going to be getting better with the more support that we'll be seeing shortly from Shadow Spectre. So if you're interested in building Bujins, I'd pick up some new models relatively soon because they will probably be increasing in price, especially if they win some large tournament. Next up, I do want to mention real quick that the Hieratic Dragons, they're going to be getting this level 6 tuner vanilla monster that a lot of players will probably be excited about playing. There's different ways to play the Hieratic Dragons. There's not really anything in the deck that really is expensive, except for the hollow versions, because they got reprinted in I think a turbo pack or an astral pack. They got reprinted as super, so if you want to pick those up, I guess you can pick them up now. I don't think that the Hieratics will really drastically increase or decrease in price, but the price of a common red as Darkness Metal Dragon is kind of expensive, so if you can pick up any of these Dragon Collide structure decks, because who knows, in the Lightsworn structure deck or box, whatever you want to call it, if this thing does not have Lila Lightsworn Sorceress, Lila is going to increase in price. It's already a few bucks, and obviously Red as Darkness Metal Dragon is kind of an expensive card, especially as common. So if you can pick up some Dragons Collide structure decks at retail price, which is $10, and that is a good investment. Maybe go to your local Walmart, Target, whatever place you like to buy your Yu-Gi-Oh cards. If you see these for $10, I think that is a great investment. You can sell the cards individually and make a lot more than your $10 that you'll be spending when you purchase this. So this will be a good investment. Like I said, only if you can find it. A lot of places are overcharging on this because they know that you can piece by piece sell the cards inside for more money. But next up we have the whole vampires coming out in Shadow Specters. Now pretty much it's just the Vampire Lord secret rather than it's dropped down in price significantly, so if you want to pick those up, same idea with the Yamato. It was kind of overhyped, got really expensive, and then it slowly died down. I don't know how viable vampires are. I've built the deck, and against some deck like Lightsworn, it's not even close to as nasty as Lightsworn. And obviously this deck is a little bit slower, I would say, and it doesn't really have a stun aspect, where Lightsworn, they just don't care. They'll just explode on you, and they'll just drop triple Judgment Dragon, or those light rays if they're playing that, and they'll just beat you. So I'm not sure how expensive some of the secret rare Vampire Lords will be after they get more support. But I thought it was good to mention if you have them, they're not bad to get rid of now, and if you're looking to pick some up, it's not bad to get rid of them or pick them up now if you really want to. Another card, I feel like it really is going to get a reprint soon, Shooting Quasar Dragon. This card has been asked so many times from the players to get a reprint, but there are technically cards like Arcanite Magician that have not been reprinted in so long, so who knows, maybe this will be reprinted real soon, maybe it won't actually get us a reprint, but I don't really see it increasing in price anytime soon. There's not going to be more support for Laval's coming out, so I think if you have a Quasar Dragon, I advise you to get rid of it relatively soon, because it could be a card that will be getting reprinted in the tin or relatively soon, because it is kind of one of those fan favorite cards. Next up, I do also want to mention the Noble Knight hype. Now, in TCG, we are going to be getting a bunch of Noble Knight exclusives, and Konami was kind of hyping up the Noble Knights for a while. I mean, we've been getting these as promo cards for way too long, and every time it's like, oh, it's another Noble Knight card, oh, I'm glad. But, the deck might be good, and this card is kind of expensive right now, and I honestly don't see it being like a $100 plus card, so if you want to get rid of it now, I don't think it's a bad idea. But technically, Konami, like I said, has been hyping up Noble Knights for a while. They've been talking about it, and maybe it's their hint telling us that we should pick up Noble Knights. They're going to be like the most high tier deck in the future. But then again, remember guys when they hyped up Tourbus, and remember when they hyped up Hardy Orc, and then what happened to those cards? They were not very good. And like I said guys, I think that this card is pretty much near its peak. It might go up a little bit more, but like I said, I don't see it being a $100 plus card unless it's going to be like super tier 0 and it has a first turn FTK that's super consistent. So like I said, I think that this card might be a good card to get rid of relatively soon. But anyways, those are my thoughts on a bunch of cards in Yu-Gi-Oh that you should pick up and get rid of, because like I said, it's always good to know ahead of the game what cards are good, because that's really what you get to profit off of this game. It's not necessarily just, buy high, or no, sorry, buy low, sell high. That's always, something that everyone can do. Whereas looking ahead of the game is really how you can actually invest into, multiples. If you're a small guy, maybe you invest into like 5 or 6 of, some cards. But if you're a huge vendor, you can drop a lot of money and pick up a whole bunch of cards and make a huge amount of profit. Like there was a vendor that picked up a bunch of BLSs, and he got really lucky when BLS was unbanned. But anyways, if there's any cards you guys feel that we should get rid of or actually pick up, hey, let me know in the comment section below. But more than likely you're going to be thinking, oh, how would I want to tell everyone my secret advice? But the way I look at it is, you guys are my subscribers, even though I don't really deal with vending anymore in Yu-Gi-Oh! So, I'd like to help you guys out as much as possible, because, like I said, you guys are my subscribers and my friends, so figured I'd drop the information to you guys. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Nice out.